Hey guys, Dave Harvey here with Carl Ladd. And Carl, you have an incredible testimony that God's doing out while you're working, like in the forest, in the mud.
Yeah.
Tell us what God's been doing.
Yeah, so last week our forestry crew, who they go out and they serve car fire families that lost their home during a car fire a couple of years ago.
Wow.
They're clearing their property of these dead standing trees. And it's winter, so we get a lot of rain here in Reading, so the mud's just been insane. So our crew's been getting stuck. They get stuck multiple times every day. So they were headed out to their work site. It was early morning, and so as they were kind of going to their site, they looked over off the side of the road, and there's two trucks stuck in mud.
Oh no.
And they're meeting homeowners. They're out there to serve, so they're like, no, we gotta go. We got our work to get to, And one of the guys in the truck was like, hey, I really feel like we're supposed to stop. Like, we know the pain of being stuck in the mud. These trucks were stuck up to their axles, and so they turn around and they go back, and sure enough, both guys are stuck. One guy was stuck first, and then another truck pulled off to help him get unstuck, and he was on his way to a job as well. And so the crew gets out, and they get both trucks out of the mud and spend about half an hour just, up to their knees in mud.
Oh.
And they're starting to clean up, and one of the guys on the crew talks to the first guy that got stuck, the original truck, and says, hey man, this might seem weird, but I really feel like God's actually saying that this is kind of an analogy of where you're at in life, that you feel like you're stuck in the mud and just like you can't get out. And so he kind of just releases this prophetic word over this guy, and the guy just starts crying and just says, you're right, man, you're right, and I am stuck. And then and just starts talking about his life and just confessing. He's like, I've been drinking, I've been neglecting my kids, like I just got laid off, he just lost his job. And so they kind of came close to the guy. The guy had alcohol in his breath and everything. It just was a real significant moment for this guy. And so our whole crew, there's about 12 of them, gets around him and just starts praying for him, prophesying over him, encouraging him, and just speaking hope over him. And meanwhile, the other truck that was stuck, the guy that was originally helping him get out of the mud, he's another tree guy that was going out to do similar work as our crew, but on a professional level. And so he's just kind of watching this whole thing, like, what the heck's going on? And so he, at the end, after they're done praying for this guy, the tree guy goes, hey, this is I'm not sure what else going on. It seems kind of weird, but I actually have an opening on my crew that I'm needing to fill. Do you want to come to work for me?
That guy.
Yeah, the
guy who just confessed.
No, yeah, he asked the guy that just confessed, who lost his job, to come work for him.
What?
So the guy just encounters Jesus, and then this other guy that just happens to be there as well watches this whole thing and then offers him a job.
Oh my
gosh. So
gosh.
it's incredible. And then that tree guy that talks to our crew, and he's like, hey, I've seen you guys around, trying to figure out what you guys are, what you're doing, because I see the Bethel logo, but you guys are out there doing some serious work. And so they got to talk to him, and he's like, oh, that's incredible what you're doing for families. If you ever need he's a tree climber, which is a real specialized skill.
Yeah.
Says, if you guys ever need help with a complex tree, let me know. I'd love to work with you guys more. But just such an incredible thing of the crew just doing their work, but being sensitive to what God was doing and making time for it.
So good.
Just incredible what they did.
Could you pray for people that are at work right now, and just for that God would help them to up their sensitivity, and maybe that they would be brave enough to just stop and release whatever God's doing. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Jesus, I thank you for the opportunities that you're giving each and every one of us, Lord. And I ask for an increased sensitivity for every person watching this, that they would have an increase just to know where you're moving, what you're doing. And Lord, we give you permission to interrupt our schedules, Lord, to inconvenience us with your opportunities.
Yeah.
And Lord, we just ask, Lord, that we would have eyes to see the people that you're ready to impact, the people that are stuck in the mud, that you are ready to pull out of that mud and give them an encounter of your goodness and your love and your provision, Lord. So, God, I just ask that we would see what you're seeing, and that we would do what you're doing. We love you, Jesus. Thank you for it. Amen.
Thanks, bud.
Absolutely.
What an incredible testimony. All right, let's go do the same.
Let's do it.